Summers have become increasingly hotter in recent years. Even so, this small park was our best summer retreat. The rain has stopped. The leaves are sparkling. The sky was so clear that it was hard to believe it had been raining just moments ago, and puddles shimmered on the ground.
Yeah, the sunlight through the leaves is beautiful. I love this place.
Me too. It's cool and calming. The lush trees in this park created shade, providing a cool breeze different from air conditioning. I'm Shoma Kuraki, just an ordinary second-year junior high school student. And the girl laughing next to me is Nami-chan. We met here after summer vacation started this year. She's 3 years younger than me. It seems she's only staying in this area for the summer vacation, probably due to some family reasons. What's wrong, Nami-chan? You seem down.
Hey, Shoma-kun. Do you think we can see each other again next year?
Huh? What's this all of a sudden?
You see, I'm going to marry someone my parents chose for me in the future. For the sake of our family. They said I'll be too busy once I become a junior high school student.
My chest ached at her words. I'd never felt such pain before. It must be because I stayed up late last night. Huh? You mean they're forcing you? That's just...
No, it's not that. I said I would. I wonder what kind of person he is.
As a junior high school student, I didn't understand much about marriage yet. It felt unreal, and besides, I always thought people chose their own partners. What am I even thinking? Being together forever? That's impossible. The reason she seems so uneasy must be because she's nothing more than a figment of my summer daydreams. Without a second thought, I found myself splashing into a puddle nearby.
What? Shoma-kun, your clothes!
Despite having taken shelter under the tree, my clothes were now drenched and covered in mud. I used to play like this all the time. It clears my head.
But...
I knew that Nami always wore beautiful dresses, and she'd been careful not to get any dirt on her. But today was different. Come on, Nami-chan.
Okay.
Her eyes shining with a childlike wonder I hadn't seen before. These fleeting summer days with Nami-chan, they were becoming something precious, something I knew I would carry with me forever.
This is amazing! So much fun, Shoma-kun!
Her bright, uninhibited smile squeezed my heart. I remembered grandmother mentioning that Nami came from a wealthy family. Hey, Nami-chan? About next year. I hope we can meet again, but before the words could form...
Nami, what do you think you are doing?
My whole body jolted as if I'd been struck. It was them, Nami's parents.
Nami! What on earth are you doing here like this? Your dress is filthy! I'm sorry.
No, it's not her fault. It was me. This isn't Nami's fault. I have to tell them. My tension gripping my body. But then...
I should have known better than to trust you. I thought you were with a girlfriend.
Come along, Nami. We'll get you cleaned up right away. Father! Mother!
Please, you don't understand.
I don't know who you are, but stay away from my daughter.
I had just met Nami's parents for the first time. They wouldn't even hear me out. And just like that, Nami was gone.
Oh my, Sho-chan, you're covered in mud. Wait right there. I'll get you a towel.
Grandma's gentle voice, the warmth that always greeted me at home, it was all I needed to crumble.
Sho-chan, are you crying? Oh dear, what's wrong? Are you hurt?
Grandma, I don't think I can see Nami-chan again. That evening, Grandma told me more about Nami's family. I was just a kid. Most of it went over my head. All I understood was that Nami's father, he was a powerful man, the president of some large company. So Nami-chan, she's going to marry someone rich, right?
Perhaps. An arranged marriage? Some things never seem to change even now.
Maybe she really was from a different world. But even so, I loved her. Grandma, do you think if I try hard enough, I can see her again? But I don't even know where to begin.
Think about the kind of man you want to be, the life you want to build, and never, ever give up on your dreams.
I nodded in response to my grandmother's gentle smile. The following summer, I went back to that park, waited for her, but she never came. A summer fling. Never thought it would happen to me. Now, at the age of 24, I found myself reminiscing like this while having drinks with a friend at an izakaya. Sounds like a real first love story, Shoma. The man smiling as he listened to my first love story was Shinya Kichise, 5 years my senior. Haha, I have to admit, it was. I still want to see her, even now. It wasn't just a summer fling, it was a lifetime ago. It's a good thing, holding on to something like that. You know, our little meeting was pretty fateful too, when you think about it. Never thought I'd see a high school kid like you begging to get into a business seminar, especially without a reservation. It was the summer break of my first year of high school. Stumbled upon that seminar downtown. Pure chance. And that's where our paths crossed, me and Shinya. Please, I have to get into this seminar. I'll do anything.
I'm sorry, but...
My name wasn't on the reservation list, and to make matters worse, I was just a high school graduate who had finished compulsory education. It was a time when the female staff member was perplexed. I apologize. He's with me. May he come in with me? And that was that. Shinya, this guy I'd never met before, got me in. Turns out, his father was the one running the whole seminar. Explains how he could pull strings like that. You really surprised me, you know. You were the most enthusiastic one there. Looking back, it felt like a lifetime ago, that desperate high school kid. I could feel my cheeks burning. Yeah, well, I thought I could win them over with sheer passion. I still can't believe you did that for me, a complete stranger. Seriously, thank you for what you did back then. Don't mention it. Maybe I was moved by your passion. Besides, I get it, you know. Status shouldn't matter. When you love someone... I knew he was in some kind of star-crossed romance too. Lots of pressure, being from a family like his. Endless strings of arranged dates. Haha, we both have a long way to go. I can't afford to lose either. After that, I never saw Nami again. I turned that loneliness into fuel and desperately devoted myself to studying and part-time jobs to raise funds. And thanks to my grandmother, who supported my strong feelings and provided me with some financial assistance, I was able to start my own business while still in high school. I gave up on college, poured everything I had into that company. It wasn't easy, but I made it work. Business was good. Better than good. Right, I invited you out today because I wanted to give you this. Shinya, with a smile, handed me a white envelope. Huh? What's this? It's not because you're my friend. It's because I value you as a company president. As I stood there speechless in astonishment, Shinya-san gave me a gentle smile. Meanwhile, the object of my affections, Nami Hojo, was making tamagoyaki in a kitchen far too large for one person. That's right, she was training to be a bride.
Nami-chan, men prefer savory tamagoyaki to sweet ones. Try making it again.
At her mother's words, Nami fell silent, her words catching in her throat. Wow, Nami-chan, your tamagoyaki is so good. It's so sweet. It makes me happy.
Really? I love sweet tamagoyaki too. We like the same things.
That summer, we were just kids, laughing under the summer sun. She pushes the memory down, burying it deep, forces a smile.
Yes, Mother.
You're working hard, Nami.
Father, welcome home.
She offers a small smile, but it doesn't reach her eyes. He hands her the envelope, his expression unchanged.
This is information about a party that's being held soon. You will attend.
A party, sir?
Yes, it's an inauguration party for the heir of a financial group, the man you're supposed to marry. We had an arranged meeting before, and he declined the proposal. But I'm sure seeing you now will make him change his mind.
It seems the heir had been refusing all arranged marriage meetings, but the Hojo family wouldn't give up, insisting he meet her at least once. It hadn't gone well. Even so, her father, he wouldn't give up. There was a reason he was so fixated on this one man. One reason he was willing to push so hard. Her father's company. It was just a small piece in a much larger empire, the conglomerate. Nami's father, believing there was a benefit to be had by marrying off his daughter, walked briskly over to his wife and whispered something in her ear.
You understand, don't you? This party, it's our last chance. 1 month, we'll prepare her. Make sure she doesn't disappoint us this time. And if she fails, we'll have to resort to other methods.
A marriage beneficial to the company he presides over, and to the Hojo family. Her father seemed determined to make it happen, no matter what.
I know, dear.
Her mother replied with a small voice, as her daughter Nami did not miss that anxious expression on her mother's face.
I have to do my best. For Mother.
And so, at the young age of 22, Nami steeled her resolve. The day of the party, Nami arrived at the dazzling venue, her hand clenched tightly into a fist.
I have to do this. For Mother. For our family.
She takes a deep breath, willing her trembling hands to still. A smile, a practiced, brittle thing, curves her lips. Nami-chan? Nami's head snapped up at the sound of that familiar, gentle voice, forgetting to maintain her smile.
Huh? You are...
It's been a while, Nami-chan. Nami Hojo's eyes went wide as she stared at Shoma Kuraki, who was trying to appear calm. She froze. Don't you remember? It's me, Shoma. We met that summer at the park. Please remember me. That was all I could think about as I spoke. The sight of her, the woman I'd yearned for all these years, it brought tears to my eyes.
Excuse me, but who are you?
Huh?
I'm sorry, but I don't think I know you.
Her words hit me hard, but I forced myself to accept it. It was just that one summer after all. Nami, you don't remember me? Haha, I guess that's that. I need to change my demeanor here. She is the esteemed young lady of the Hojo family after all. Please excuse my forwardness, Miss Hojo. Allow me to introduce myself.
Huh?
For a moment, I saw a flicker of something in her eyes, and it twisted my heart. Why do you look so sad? Nami-cha?
Nami, what do you think you are doing?
Nami's shoulders jerked in surprise. It was the same scene from that summer.
To think you have time to chat with another man at a time like this?
Father.
I don't know who you think you are, but stay away from my daughter.
Those were the words he said to me. I bowed my head. My apologies, sir. I merely saw Miss Hojo and thought to offer a greeting.
That's unnecessary. My daughter has only one man she needs to devote herself to. Greetings from other men are...
She had said she would marry for her family. It seemed that was true. What's with all the commotion? Is something the matter?
Kichise-sama, please accept my deepest apologies. I was hoping to have the opportunity to introduce my daughter to you again today, Kichise-sama.
Standing there was none other than Shinya Kichise, someone I knew very well. That's right, he was the host of this party. The truth was, Shinya Kichise was the heir to a financial group, and the Hojo family's company was under their umbrella. Shoma, this is the girl you were talking about, the one from that summer? Yes, but she doesn't seem to remember me, so it's probably best if we don't. I remember Shinya telling me that he'd received countless arranged marriage proposals, despite turning them all down. Judging by her father's behavior, the man Nami was supposed to marry must have been Shinya. If only I'd told Shinya her name, I would have figured it out sooner. There was no point in crying over spilt milk. Neither Shinya nor I had known. It couldn't be helped. But still, I can't just give up on her so easily after coming this far. I can't. Besides, Shinya has a lover too. He's trying to overcome the same social barriers that I am. Mr. Hojo, I believe I already declined your marriage proposal when we met previously.
Yes, but we were hoping that if you could just meet with my daughter again. See, she's the most beautiful woman in this entire venue.
Her education, her bridal training, she's been working hard every single day without fail. Please.
Is that so? You must have worked very hard, Miss Nami.
No, it's not.
Mr. Hojo, I took the liberty of looking into your family. Miss Nami is your adopted daughter, is she not? My eyes widened at those words. I had no idea she was adopted. That explains why... When I met Miss Nami, she expressed her deep gratitude to both of you. It must have become second nature for her to live her life for her parents. From what I hear, she was adopted by the Hojo family from an orphanage when she was 5 years old. And she probably felt obligated to live for them, to repay them for taking her in. Not that it was forced on her, it was just a small belief she internalized at a young age. A sort of imprinting, perhaps. Mr. Hojo, as I've stated numerous times now, I cannot marry your daughter. And I believe I told you why. I am in love with someone else. Shinya and I, we're in opposite positions. He's in love with a woman who lives a simple life, far removed from his world. Furthermore, you were quite disrespectful to my friend earlier, were you not? He is the president of Komorebi Co., and he is my dear friend.
The president of Komorebi? Hey, Nami, if you knew him, why didn't you say so?
Now that he knows who I am, he's scrambling to make amends. Pathetic.
Oh my, the president of Komorebi. Forgive me. This is our first meeting, and I'm afraid I've been terribly rude.
Komorebi Co. is the construction company I started. Our concept is buildings that evoke the warmth of wood. And I, as the primary contractor, had begun outsourcing work to the group company he presides over. Given that he owns a lot of subcontracting companies, I suppose he can't afford to offend me. Then, Nami-chan, who had been silently looking down this entire time, spoke up.
I've known him for a very long time, Father. Mother. You've met him too, haven't you? That summer, when I was in 6th grade. We had to move to that town for the summer because of my parents' work. What are you saying?
Nami took a deep breath, and then...
I was so sad all that time. We weren't even able to say goodbye. I could never forget him. I loved Shoma-kun.
Nami-chan, you remember...
How could I ever forget? That time holds a special sparkle, like nothing else in my life. You were always in my heart, Shoma. But I knew I couldn't let myself think about you, so I locked those memories away, deep down inside.
All the feelings she'd been holding back, perhaps without even realizing it, came pouring out. She must have spent all those years trying her best to live for her parents' sake, believing that it was the only right thing to do. It's okay now. Come on, Nami-chan. Just like that summer, when I called out to her from inside the puddle, I smiled and held out my hand.
Shoma-kun! I wanted to see you. I wanted to see you so badly.
I did too. I told myself I'd become the kind of man you'd want to see again. I even became a company president. Pretty funny, huh? I love you, Nami. From that summer until today, it's always been you. Just seeing you again would have been enough. If I could just tell you how I felt back then, that would have been enough. But now that I'm holding you in my arms, I want more. I'm being greedy. And so, I was reunited with the girl I'd longed to see again for all these years. That night, after the party had drawn to a close,
Why didn't you discipline her properly? You've ruined everything.
Darling.
Shut up! You're useless. Just shut up.
and with that, Nami's father, after berating his wife, disappeared into the night.
What should I do? Oh, I can't believe to think I'd see you again like this, Shama-kun. It feels like a dream.
I know what you mean. I've been wanting to see you for so long. We basked in the afterglow of our reunion. After years of wishing for this moment, it felt surreal. It was far too soon to say goodbye, just as that thought crossed.
Excuse me, Kuraki Chacho. I do apologize for my husband's earlier behavior. Mother?
It was Nami's mother who had addressed me, and she was practically begging me for something.
Please, I believe you're a close friend of Kichise-sama. Could you please put a good word for us? Ask him to reconsider marrying our daughter. Mother, what are you saying? You can't ask him to do that. Be quiet! Do you have any idea how much effort I put into raising you? I always thought You would grow up to be the perfect daughter. But all this time you were lying to me. Mother!
Nami must be incredibly hurt right now. She lived her whole life for her mother, wanting nothing more than to repay her kindness.
We adopted you for the sole purpose of having you marry Kichise-sama. And yet you... Mom! What? Don't call me Mom. You're supposed to address me as Mother. After betraying us like this.
I always liked it when you patted my head, Mom. I loved it when you praised me. I don't remember my real mother. You were the only mother I knew. Even if there was no love. I loved you both for giving me a home. For taking me away from that place.
Nami, don't be silly. We only used you.
Even so, thank you, Mom.
They'd been together since Nami was 5. Nami truly did love her mother. Mrs. Hojo, I can't ask Shinya to reconsider the marriage proposal. Because neither of them want that. And besides, I don't want to be separated from Nami anymore. A flicker of something crossed Tsuyumi Hojo's face. Regret, perhaps? That day, I apologize for dirtying your daughter's clothes. Would you give us your blessing to have a relationship? With marriage in mind, I promise I will make her happy.
Very well. Go ahead.
We couldn't see her expression, but her words, they rang true. And that was how I, Shoma, began a relationship with Nami, one that would lead to marriage. As for Nami's parents, Tsuyumi had asked for a divorce. And at his wife's sudden declaration, Rieki Hojo panicked, dropping to his knees in a desperate plea.
I was wrong. Please forgive me.
I was so afraid of being cast aside by you that I made a mistake. An unforgivable mistake. I hurt our daughter. The countless insults you hurled at me. With my diary as proof, I could sue. The rest I will leave to my lawyer.
It probably never occurred to him that his devoted wife would ever defy him like this. What's done is done. Tsuyumi Hojo, now alone, disappeared without a trace, consumed by the guilt of what she'd done to her daughter. She severed all ties, they say, and is now living a quiet, modest life in some town, alone with her regrets. As for Rieki Hojo, the man who only ever cared about his own gain, who spent his life using and manipulating others, after that incident, I cut off all business dealings with the company he ran. I heard there was even a coup to oust him from his position as chairman. Apparently, he'd been embezzling company funds for his personal use, and when that came to light, all hell broke loose. He was arrested for embezzlement. He was removed from his position, and to top it all off, his ex-wife sued him for mental abuse. He would spend the rest of his days being hounded for alimony payments. As for us, we came to visit the park of our summer memories. Many of the playground structures had been replaced due to age, and were now quite different, but that tree was still there.
It brings back memories. The sunlight filtering through the leaves. It's so beautiful, Shoma-kun.
It is. And Nami-chan, you've become so beautiful. You were always cute, even back then.
Shoma-kun? To think you would say such a thing. My heart can't take it.
I told you, I've been working hard. I wanted to be worthy of seeing you again.
Shoma-kun, thank you for teaching me that it's okay to live for myself.
No, Nami, I'm the one who should be thanking you. You're the reason why I am who I am today. Thank you. Don't play in the mud and get dirty. Tamagoyaki has to be made a certain way. You have to get married. All these beliefs, all these rules we're taught that dictate how our lives should be lived. I want to be mindful of those preconceptions, careful not to force my values onto others. And no matter what obstacles may stand in our way, I promise, I will always be by your side, Nami.
Hello, it's Brittany here. Oh, that was one of my favorite episodes in a while. It was like a Cinderella story. It was so pretty. And I loved how at the end they didn't dish on the mom. That definitely exceeded my expectations. I love how she was like, oh no,
when she forgave her. It was so good. Okay, anyways. I don't know how much more I can say other than that. I will see you guys in the next story. Mwah!